Hello, I'm Elton Robinson with your December 25th grain and oilseed update. This will be an abbreviated report focusing mostly on the export numbers released by USDA yesterday morning. The summary is based on reports from exporters for the week of December 11th through the 17th. Wheat exports of 407,000 metric tons were up 23% from the previous week and 35% from the prior 4-week average, with South Korea, Thailand, Yemen, Mexico, Guatemala, and Nigeria as primary destinations. Corn exports of 823,000 metric tons was a marketing year high and up 66% from the previous week. There were a number of large customers, including Mexico, Japan, Saudi Arabia, and Colombia. Grain sorghum exports of 260,000 metric tons were up noticeably from the previous week and up 53% from the prior 4-week average. China once again was the biggest customer with 217,000 metric tons, followed by Japan and Mexico. Rice exports of 52,000 metric tons were down 6% from the previous week and 7% from the prior 4-week average, with deliveries to Haiti, Japan, Honduras, Guatemala, and Canada. Soybean exports of 1.6 million metric tons were up 4% from the previous week, but down 6% from the prior 4-week average. China took nearly 1 million metric tons. Japan, Germany, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Iran, and Pakistan were also customers. Soybean meal exports of 278,000 metric tons were up noticeably from the previous week and up 37% from the prior 4-week average. Primary destinations were Vietnam, Denmark, Mexico, Ecuador, and Libya. Soybean oil exports of 38,000 metric tons were up 78% from the previous week and 97% from the prior 4-week average, with Peru and Colombia as customers. Beef exports of nearly 16,000 metric tons were up 74% from the previous week and 38% from the prior 4-week average, with Japan, South Korea, Hong Kong, and Mexico among customers. Pork exports of 20,000 metric tons went primarily to Mexico, Japan, South Korea, Canada, and China. Also in the news is that the current El Nino weather pattern seems to be peaking and that the world could be in store for a visit from his sister, La Nina. Typically, a La Nina brings drier weather to the United States and Canada than during an El Nino. According to the Wall Street Journal, La Nina poses its biggest threat to corn, soybeans, wheat, sugar, cotton, and coffee. La Nina could also lead to a colder than normal winter. La Nina could strengthen by late 2016 or early 2017. Well, that's it for this week's report. I'm Elton Robinson, wishing you and yours a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We'll see you next week.